5 is y'all better declutter now. I'm looking like this because that's what I've been doing all the live long day. And it is hard. This stuff is hard. I've had the blessing of having an overly sized house for many, many years, and I went and filled it up. And now I have to empty it out. I promised to do it by the end of this year, and I'm getting close. I have one large, ugly space to finish. If you're following along in stories, you saw my finished space that I'm working on in the next 2 days, and then I'm tackling my unfinished space. And I was fascinated with the psychological reasons why this is so difficult, or all the reasons why it's so difficult. And the first and the foremost is I know you or someone you love needs to do this, because on the other side of decluttering, it's not just about the stuff. It is life changing when your environment feeds you, when your environment invigorates you, when you look at the space around you and your shoulders drop and you're proud and you're happy and you're comfortable. You don't land on each thing you see thinking, oh my God, I got to clean that up. I got to go through that drawer. I've really got to get rid of some of that stuff. That is exhausting. And you know, if you've thought it once, you've thought it 1,000 times. And the first reason is because it's emotional. A lot of the times that what we're decluttering is attached to a human that we love so, so much. And I have humans that are on this earth, but not in my life, that mean the world to me, that have touched some of these things, that have used some of these things, that grew up with some of these things. And I'm looking at getting them to charity. Would they want them? No. We all have grown kids that look at our stuff and go, wow, thanks, Mom, but I don't want that, right? We've all been there. We all get that. There's also a lot of memories of people who are no longer with us. And oh my gosh, this was grandma's piano, right? It's emotional. So, what I suggest you do is that you honor that. And as a result, you take it piece by piece. You do little by little. You don't let yourself do too much at one time. And you remember the people, not the things. If there's a certain object you absolutely cannot keep, but it means the world to you because it reminds you of someone, take a picture of it, take a picture with it. Frame it in a space, do whatever you need to do to memento that item, but don't let it keep pulling you down. Don't let it keep holding you back, because every time you see it, those emotions are coming up anyway. Remember the best of the times. Remember the people. Secondly, is the fear of loss or making a mistake. You know, what if we give something away that someone wanted? What if we give something away we have to buy again? What if we give something away that was worth a lot of money? Do it anyway. Do it anyway. The likelihood that any of those things are going to happen on a major scale is fairly small. But more importantly, the benefit that you get from having that decluttered space is wildly large. I can tell you, as somebody who's been doing it for the better part of a year, who's coming into the hardest part of the project, I love doing it now. It's hard, but I love doing it. And part of it that I really had to let go was worrying I might make a mistake. The third thing is that you can get decision overload. It's really hard. You know, I've been going through books. Oh, what books do you keep? What books do you give away? What books are helpful to keep? What books really might bless somebody else? And again, the only way around that is to maybe come up with, right, a system. You know, I love my system. So you've got a charity pile, and just think of the amazing people that are going to enjoy that item. You've got the trash pile when you realize that book was actually messy and colored in, and it was a sticker book with no more stickers. And then you've got the save pile. And when you do that, a lot of the times when you reassess that save pile, you can move more things over. Don't make yourself make too many decisions in a short period of time, but give yourself the opportunity to have breaks around the system that you're using. Next is guilt. Do you give away grandma's piano? What do you do with that, right? It's got so much power in it, but it can feel like you make a mistake when you do something like that. And what I'm telling you is, if you have an object that no longer serves you and you've offered it to the people that might love it, and you've even offered it to people for free, you can donate that item. Period. End of sentence. You should just go ahead and do it. Next is waste. Have you ever donated a clothing item with a price tag on it? I have. Boy, I thought I was going to wear that thing when I bought it, but boy, I did not. And I'm not going to wear it now, even though I realize, shoot, I shouldn't have spent money on that if I wasn't going to do it. The way to get around this one is to think of the person that is going to be so thrilled to find that item at Goodwill, right? Or wherever you may donate, your churches, different thrift sales, whatever. Imagine finding a shirt you love with a price tag on it for $2, right? Bless them with that opportunity and forgive yourself. You're not wasting it. You bought it, you didn't need it, and now you give it away. No guilt required. Next is a fear of change. Usually we're decluttering because we're changing. And even if we're only changing the space that we're in every day, we're still changing, and change can be hard. I'm doing a major decluttering knowing that I need to downsize. I'm in a massive house and there's only 2 people here. So I know that's coming. So I know I need to choose what is truly precious. It also kind of helps you decide what is truly precious, right? And then last is if you feel overwhelmed or you have a lack of time. This shit is hard, you guys. It's just hard. It's hard physically, it's hard mentally, right? Coming up with the piles to give away is one thing. Carting those up the steps to the car and off to the Goodwill and actually delivering them to the Goodwill and not leaving them in the back of your car is a whole nother thing. So I want you to honor that it is going to be difficult, but it is so much worth it, because what's truly overwhelming is to have all of that noise, all of that clutter, and all of that junk always pressing in on you. It is a gift that you can give yourself to choose strategically to spend time and get this done. Maybe what you need is a friend to come and help you, and then you go help them, right? An objective partner. If you're feeling really overwhelmed or you need physical help, there are amazing services, right? Like junk.com, where you can just say, I need that pile gone and that pile gone. So know that this is something that we all need to do if we're blessed enough to have too much stuff, right? And know that you are not alone. Everybody has a drawer, a room, a house, or an entire basement that just looks unbelievably crazy and awful. The trick is to take the time to get where we live to be our safe space, to be a beautiful, welcoming, homey, gentle, decluttered, clean, organized space. If you haven't watched Home Edit, watch Home Edit, and it will help you see the power of getting those spaces organized, right? Because you deserve that. You deserve your space to be that way. And if you've been struggling in areas of your life, if you've been struggling with weight loss or with job hunting or with a business, you're an entrepreneur, I'm guaranteeing you attacking your spaces is going to clear energy that you need to focus on your goals. So what are you going to declutter first? I can't wait to hear. I'd love to hear you shout out and let me know, what are you going to tackle? I'm going to go back to tackling my basement. It's probably going to take me a few weeks, but I'm on it. So have an amazing night. I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow.